Merry Christmas, everyone. I feel like time has flown by and so much has happened since I last updated you. Life has been extremely busy the past month and a lot of changes have been made. Can you spy a fairly major one? Anyways, in relations to school, the last 2 weeks of school after Thanksgiving break were finals. It was probably the quickest yet most stressful 2 weeks I've ever experienced in a while, but I made it through. My GC outreach team decided that instead of hosting a global awareness event on campus for the month of December, we could instead take our budget and time and use it to serve the Syrian refugee family that helped us in November with Syrian Awareness Month. This family is amazing. There are 7 children under the age of 18, a mom, a dad, grandma, and grandpa that all fled from Syria. They have only lived in America for 6 months and have been previously located here in Phoenix for only about 2 months. They all live in a tiny little 2 bedroom house in Phoenix, right down the street from GCU, and they have an amazing story and huge hearts. They're super giving and they're such a welcoming family. And it was such a blessing to be invited into their home to listen to their stories, teach them English, learn Arabic, and play with the children. At the end of our visit with the family, we presented them with like a few baskets of previously expressed needs that the family had, such as towels and blankets. And we also made a basket of fun toys, games, and activities for the kids as well. We use this gift giving time as an open door to reiterate just the gospel and to also just share with them the true meaning of Christmas and just like what's on our hearts. It was such a good time, and it was such a blessing to have the opportunity to do this, especially because there was a huge language barrier between them and us. And the coolest thing is that we serve a God who's bigger than a language barrier, and his message was fairly clearly delivered, and it was so cool just because like it was so evident that his love was just radiating with that experience. But now I'm on break. I'm enjoying not having class, but I'm still sticking with the studying because I have to take my graduate school entrance exam within the next 2 months, so that'll be interesting. All right, now to Young Life. Our last club for Young Life was December 7th, and it was Christmas themed. So it was great to just be able to share the Christmas story with the kids while also just having a super goofy time. We then took them to winter camp the weekend of the 11th through the 13th. Winter camp was absolutely amazing. God rocked the camp, and so many cool experiences happened. I think one of the coolest moments for me was upon arrival. When we showed up to camp Friday night, it was cold, like 20 degrees cold, and it was super cloudy, but there wasn't any snow, even though like we thought that there was going to be snow because of the forecast. So we went into the club room and we had our first chapel. And then once we wrapped up there, we were told to go back to our cabins. This, like, as soon as like we stepped outside the door, we were greeted by like almost a foot of snow. And it was so thrilling because for these kids, approximately like 3/4 of them had never seen snow before. And they were just like so overjoyed. They're just like running and jumping and throwing snow and playing and shouting, just like kids should be. And I think that the biggest blessing was that since we do work with inner city urban youth, they never really experienced the opportunity to just be kids and to just play. And my heart was just so full from watching them just forget about everything that they left at home and just act like kids. And what was just even cooler was that this intense joy and the innocence that came out of that and the vulnerability that they had just to be kids, just that first night set the tone for the rest of the weekend. And they were just so eager to listen to the messages and talk about what they're going through individually and just like play in the snow and just enjoy a weekend of nothing but healthy communication and a whole lot of Jesus. So that was just so cool. But now we're back from camp, and the kids are done with finals, and winter break has commenced for them as well. During break, we don't have club, but we still keep in contact with our kids, and we still have like hangouts with them. And we just recently hosted a little girls only event to just recap with them about how camp went and finals and stuff like that. Club should be starting back up in the middle of January, and we're really excited for that. The kids are anticipating it already. If any of you guys want to hear more stories of camp or just specifics on Young Life, please feel free. Praying and preparing our hearts, just emotionally for what is to come. It's been a huge joy and a great learning experience to just spend like diligent prayer time over the girls that we're gonna meet, over the girls that are currently being rescued, and also the girls that are still caught in sex trafficking with no immediate help or relief. God's just really been teaching me a lot of patience, trust, faith, perseverance, and just soul dependence on Him through this time of preparation. Also, to prepare for the expenses of Thailand, we've been putting on like farmers markets at school for the GCU students, just selling things that we're making, selling them coconuts, coconut water, stuff like that. It's been really cool. We've also sent out our support letters, and we are also in the process of making T-shirts so that people can buy them in support for our team. So if you're interested in purchasing a T-shirt, feel free to contact myself or my grandparents and we'll get more information for you. I also have set up a fundraising page for my trip. The URL is classy.org/Alana True. And on my page, there's a short documentary about Destiny Rescue, and I highly encourage you to log on and watch it. It's a life-changing documentary, and it just really breaks down like what Destiny Rescue's vision is in what they're doing, and it's so cool. I also just really want you to please keep like lifting up both myself and my trip and my team and the experience and all that that's going to happen. It's encouraging and such a blessing to know. I miss you all. See you later.